the second video on the Alfa Romeo Tonale. Now, if you watched my first video, you would have seen that it was all about the family, practical side of things. But when I teamed up with Alfa, I knew I wanted to showcase this in all its glory. And that's, well, because if there's one thing we know about Alfa Romeo, it's rich in history. Especially that of the GT line elements taken from the 8C Competizione. You'll also notice the 3+3 style at the front and the rear, which evokes the look of the SZ Zagato or the Proteo concept car. Overall, it is unmistakably Alfa. This is the Speciale trim level, so not the top of the range Veloce, but it still sports 20-inch wheels, red calipers and black grille surround. You also have a choice of 7 colors, but red is always a winner when it comes to any Alfa. Step inside and you are transported to all things Alfa and all things Italian. The power of this brand's history is truly unrivaled. It's quite clear that this interior draws on Alfa's racing history, with touches like the stop-start button being located on the steering wheel, which is a favorite of mine. There is a range of new fabrics on offer, and everything just feels very high quality. Now, it wouldn't be Alfa without an array of standard features, so much so that it is qualified as level 2 autonomous. So let's see what is on offer. Kicking off the range is the TI version, and it comes standard with, wait for it, adaptive LED headlights, auto lights and wipers, keyless entry and start, electrically adjustable and folding side mirrors, a wireless charging pad, adaptive cruise control, a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster, a leather-trimmed sports steering wheel, a 10.25-inch Apple CarPlay and Android Auto-compatible touchscreen infotainment system with navigation, electrochromatic rear view mirror, dual-zone climate control, a reverse camera, and an electrically operated tailgate. Do you see what I mean? And that's just the entry-level Tonale. But this Speciale trim level actually adds even more than that. So you're getting these aluminium shift pedals and aluminium pedals as well. There is a bundle package you can add on for full leather and heated and ventilated seats and a Harman Kardon sound system. But now, let's get this beauty out onto the road, because if there is one thing we know, it's that Alfas are truly a pleasure to drive. And this Tonale is fitted with frequency-selective damping-enhanced independent McPherson suspension and an electronic self-locking differential, which aids the body control and handling ability, respectively. I'm going to kick this off by saying that there is nothing in this segment that can match the dynamic handling of this car, which is quite surprising when you consider that it's not a performance car in any way. I mean, even though it looks like it's very sporty. But it's only actually got a 1.5-litre turbo petrol engine under the bonnet with conservative outputs of 118 kilowatts and 240 newton meters. That doesn't mean it's a slouch though in any way, especially if you pop it into dynamic mode. You just pop your foot down and away you go. It's a slight delay, but it does make it a little bit more responsive. You can put it in normal mode as well, or automatic, which is essentially a little bit more efficient. But I have just kept it in dynamic because, well, I like the little bit more oomph. When in dynamic mode, you can really have a little more fun with this car. But like I mentioned, it is not a performance car, more a sensible family car. However, take it on a twisty mountain road and you will not be left yawning behind the wheel. You can really throw it into corners and this little sneaky beast will grip the road like nobody's business. There is little understeer and you can feel quite confident going into a sharp turn. So Alfa generally makes cars for people who love driving, and the Tonale is no different. It's super composed, and I don't think I've ever experienced such direct steering. It makes the car so agile, and as you touch it, it turns exactly where you want it to go. Again, adding to that dynamism, that I like to call it. Now, if you would like a more composed ride, I wouldn't maybe opt for 20-inch wheels. That can maybe give it a bit of a bit of a harder ride. But what I haven't even mentioned, which is actually really exciting, is the fact that this is a mild hybrid thanks to a 48-volt electric motor that gives you the 15 kilowatts of power and 55 newton meters of torque. It also means you get a very low claimed fuel consumption of 5.7 liters per 100 k's. And I love it because on screen here, it shows me when I'm charging, when I'm not, like when I'm in sort of an EV mode, which is really cool. Loyalists will truly appreciate this offering from Alfa Romeo. It ticks all the boxes when it comes to the legacy of this brand. It turns head in its design, and I think it's probably one of the best looking in its segment, and nothing can beat its driving dynamics. Kicking off at 755,000 Rand, I think that Alfa Romeo enthusiasts will agree that the Tonale continues a legacy that we've come to love and respect.